All right. I hope you loved Larry Davis being here as much as I did. I thought he did a great job explaining what it looks like to have a servant's heart. Well, if you've been with us for this whole journey, you know we're talking about an epic life. How do we go from having a good relationship with Jesus to a great one? How do we go from him being good enough to get us out of hell to really, literally showing us how to do life in a whole new way? That's what we're after. And so we've talked about the epic life. So E, every day with Jesus. We spent 3 weeks on that. P, practical love. We just spent the last 3 weeks on that. And now this week we're starting with intentional ministry. And we're going to talk in the next couple of weeks about spiritual gifts and places and ways and how we go about serving. But what Larry talked about was what we desperately needed to hear first. And that is, our heart has to be right. It's not about where we serve as much as why we serve. And so because Larry was able to give us this information, I don't need to unpack it much more for you. I want you in your study time to spend some time thinking through and looking at your heart as you go through these questions. Now, the beauty of this is that Jesus has already set the path, right? In Matthew 20, he said he didn't come to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. Think about it. If anybody ever had the right to be served, it was the one who created us. He had the right to come here and to have us wait on him hand and foot. But he says, no, he came to serve. He came to give his life as a ransom for many. He came to show us how to do life the very best way. In fact, the way we get the most out of life is not grabbing it, but giving it away. And having a servant's heart gets us started in the right direction. You guys have a great study today, and I know this. The more your heart is like Jesus, the more exciting your life is going to get, because the adventure is just getting started. All right? We'll see you guys next week.